Narayana. Respected dear youngsters, welcome as you are continuously studying Bhagavad Gita, listening to so many things. Question yourself, are you learning also or not? Question yourself, are you standing by them or not? And question yourself, do you have the guts and strengths not to yield to any negativities or any temptations which cost your this discipline, which makes you compromise with this knowledge. Don't allow it. This is a great opportunity. The divine is giving you all at this very young age to learn through Bhagavad Gita. So many aspects of beautifying, divinizing, fulfilling your life. It is your sheer immaturity, ignorance. Allow me as your elder to talk to you. It's a stupidity if you neglect these opportunities, if you, what to say, become careless, irresponsible about them. Later on, when you grow in life, like any other tree or buffalo, other human beings are growing without any beauties added to your life, without any glories added to life, living just for the gross things and blame anyone. Nobody is going to take blame. Even the Lord also will feel naraj that he will not bless you easily, quickly for your prayers later. Because when he is lavishly, freely giving all these great opportunities, if you are not wise enough and unnecessarily arrogant enough not to use them, what will the God do? Check within yourself. It is your own lower mind mm, in friendship with the arrogance of a youthhood which makes fun of all these great spiritual things, thus neglects and becomes careless. My humble suggestion to you, why should I request you? It is your life. Suggestion to you is don't allow that mana buddhi, that mana and ahankara to overpower your such a genius student in you, learner in you, the jignasu in you, the one who wants to grow positively, divinely. The ball is in your court. And in that also, how much seriously you take these studies, how much sincerely you understand, how much committedly, continuously you implement them, so much you will grow. All topics, whether it is the Jnana Yogam, which we are going to study, whether it is Bhakti Yogam, which is already seen up to 12th chapter, whether it is Karma Yogam, which we saw in the first 6 chapters, whether the things which we are discussing now, the values. आपके जीवन है, आपके हाथ में है. जो देना है उससे ज़्यादा ही हमको दे रहे हैं भगवान, जो हम डिज़र्व करते हैं उससे ज़्यादा ही. So feeling it as his compassion, his kindness, as an extension of acknowledgement and gratitude expression, we must, with both open hands, grab all this knowledge given, own it, practice it, make it one with your nature, and be a different person. Not from others, from yourself, from a worldly failure to a successful as well as growing all in all aspects, especially spiritually too. So I'll welcome you for this being together, putting efforts, open up Gita's knowledge, learn for our own growth. Like every day today also 4 topics, our initial chantings, then Namakam of the Rudram, third Anuvakam, which is very, very beautiful and powerful. 3 times we do. In Gita today we, in the 10th mantra of 13th chapter, we'll do the two values. Totally 9 plus 3 12 are done. इसमें दो हो गए तो 14 होएगा. Then in the next 2 shlokas we have 6 more values. Thus total 20 along with the 40 which we studied in the 12th chapter. So to in the chapter 2 many were taught. In the 16th chapter also will be taught some 38 or 40. So in this way, Jnanam is given, Bhakti is given, Yoga is given, Karma Yoga is given, Dharma, why should we follow? Those knowledges is given, values are given, what negativities we have because of which we suffer, that's given, how to come out of that is given. How to set the goal, that is told. What can be the highest goal, that is told. What more you need, my dear, for your life's glorification, making it glorious? The input or the knowledge or information and inspiration than this. अब यूज नहीं किया तो कौन क्या करेगा बताओ. एंड आई एम श्योर यू विल यूज इट. नाउ लेट अस स्टार्ट. Oh, and the last today we'll have the Phala Shruthi of Ganesha Pratah Smaranam and the total chanting once. Okay. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. संकल्प. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवत भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरु दर्शनानुग्रह प्राप्ति सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निश्चित कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह समस्ताचार्याणां गुरूणां शिष्याणां भक्तानां साधकानां सेवकानां आश्रमाणां साधूनां धर्म संस्थापकानां संस्थानां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्य विजय आदि सत्शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन निवारण द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां समस्त युवानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थम तेषां हृदये देश धर्म माता पितृ शास्त्र गुरु सनातन धर्म उद्योग धर्म प्रतिभक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा शरणागति प्राप्ति द्वारा अवगाहन प्राप्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम श्री रुद्र प्रश्न चमक प्रश्नस्य तृतीयोन्वाकस्य त्रिवार पारायणं तदनन्तरं गीता पारायणम् अध्ययनं तदनन्तरं श्री गणेश प्रातः स्मरणस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. आदौ रुद्रं चमक प्रश्नः तृतीयोनुवाकः रुद्रं चमकं थर्ड अनुवाकः. ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे नमित्रं च मे भयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनं च मे. अगेन. शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे नमित्रं च मे भयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनं च मे. Once more. ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मञ्च मे अनामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे न मित्रं च मे अभयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनं च मे ॐ शान्तिः 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 वंडरफुल daily Vedic chanting for at least some time. Stotra study for at least some time. Some japa will start soon for some time. One study of Geetha, few shlokas, few times. Little upasana to the God. 2 minutes contemplation. 5-10 minutes prayer to the Lord to protect. This way, 1 hour when we spend in the divine atmosphere, it's like 40 minutes, 1 hour charging the cell phone. Whole day it properly works. So to 1.5 hour, if you charge yourself like this, also the Gita class, whole day you'll be in a good, positive, divine mood, protecting yourself from your own useless mind, protecting yourself from the misguiding minds of others too. Then only you can safely negotiate in this world now, which is Kali Yuga, filled with so much of negativity all around. When the corona is there, all gloves, immunity tablets, mask, etc., sanitizer. So to the whole world is पूरा full of corona. मतलब ये पाप करो ना, वो दुष्टता करो ना, ये अधर्म करो ना, अपने आप को सर्वनाश करो ना, दूसरों को नाश करो ना, is going on. So you have to have the masks and all of that through these 6-7 programs every day. Thus, that virus of corona, pap corona, dushtata corona doesn't enter into you. Clear? Now come to our third topic today, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, short and sweet and quick today, because two values only we'll discuss. Now we are in 13th chapter, remember it. That's name of chapter is Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga. You remember it. Out of 18th chapter, in the third three Shatkams, after the Karma Shatka, Bhakti Shatka is over, it is Jnana Shatkam, remember. In this, through Vibhaga, we are tuned to the divine, the Lord, by separating from the non-positive, negative. So here, Prakriti Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya. These three things are told us. So in that, I am not Prakriti, I am Purusha. I am not Jnaya, I am the Jnanam. So too, I am not Kshetra, I am Kshetrajna. This sadhana, when we do, whole Kshetra and Prakriti and Jnaya, the outer things which were binding us, no more will bind us. That is how we have to achieve. All these are inner, subtler operations. Like on the screen of this computer, you see all aberrations. Where they have come, sir? Because of virus. Where is the virus? Not on the hardware, it is in the software. In the software, if you put the antivirus and eliminate, done. So to all these knowledges which tell us how we have to have the attitudes, how we have to the intentions, how we have to have the plannings, what goals we should set, all these the antivirus will remove the virus in our software called as the mind intellect. Once that is there, our hardware, the body senses outside work properly only. Now all our works are malpractices because inside the maladjustment of negatives are there in the form of virus. When they are removed with the antivirus and other things, we are healthy in our performance. Okay, especially these values are required at individual and total level for making the world beautiful more than any worldly material things. Dekho, with so much of effort, engineering, science, how much of the buildings and everything are constructed in, let us say, Ukraine, or let us say in Gaza and all that. Now see, because of some maladjustment of selfishness is inside, negativity is inside. In a few days or months of bombing, is not all the beautifully created thing totally destroyed? Then what is important then? Is creating beautiful buildings outside, science and technology outside, or first it is better to create the inner personality through values? Common sense. देखो कौन गलती किया, that we are not discussing. Everybody is doing. आई एम थिंकिंग क्यों करना है गलती? Why not make your inner mind pure? See that gun culture in Americas and all, and the terrorist culture in Pakistan. 100 organizations they promote crores of rupees they spend on that. That's why they have no money for them to eat. पब्लिक भी बेवकूफ़ है, उनको चिल्लाना चाहिए ना सी गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ, instead of giving all the money to terrorists. Give us, we have no food, we are begging IMF, isn't it? So too, every country, including India in the past, till 10 years before, was bankrupt, was in poverty only because of the leaders, all of them in that corruption. Now good leaders are there at national level, select them only again and again, you are safe. State level also, if you had done it, that would be nice. Anyway, that's a different topic. Here also, total level may, individual level may be, let us correct the corrupt inner software of the antakarana through these values practice. Okay. So in the 8th shloka we have seen 9 values. In the 9th shloka we have seen 3 values. In the 10th shloka today we'll see the 2 values. So 8, 9, 10 एक एक बार पढ़ लो. Then 12 to 11, 8, 9, yeah, 8 and 9 we have seen, 9 and 3. 8 and 9 one time pado. 10th shloka let us chant for 4 times. Then I'll just browse through them in 2 minutes. Today's 2 values, 10 minutes we'll spend. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Satguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः. क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ विभाग योगः. अष्टम नवम दशम श्लोकाः. श्री भगवानुवाच अमानित्वमदम्भित्वम् अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम् आचार्योपासनं शौचं स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम्. Now the 10th one 4 times. असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिशो नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टो भवत्तिषो. असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिशो नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टो भवत्तिषो. असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिशो नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टो भवत्तिषो. असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टो भवत्तिषो. Friends, just only naming them and checking how much is our memory power. Do we remember shlokas? Do we remember the values which were so elaborately expanding, exhaustively explained? If the name of the values only are not remembered, how do we know the meaning of them? Remember, without remembering them, how do we become conscious and alert about practicing them? Unless start the practice, how will they become our habits? Without them being our habit, how can we change from negative to positive, from the bound to the liberated, from miserable to the happy person, from failure to success? Batao. है ना? That means we need to give little more time, little more contemplation. In this way, in your own academics, in your own education, in your own profession, in your own domestic works, as much you have to be sincerely busy, you have to find somehow a time, an hour to be sincerely busy in learning, remembering, practicing of all what is taught to us in our Gita, the Shastra, throughout life. Add करना बस. अब देखो 25 years back there were no cell phones. 1890s में 96 में 98 99 में आना. Therefore nobody knows. और उसके बाद आ गया. How much it has become a habit. that throughout the life, like in the earlier days, कमंडलू जप माला लेकर ऋषि मुनि लोग घूमते थे, और आजकल all 140 करोड़ cannot go even to anywhere without the self. आदत बनाए कि नहीं हमने? Like that, how many things which are not required, we made habits. That is consuming our time and all. In that case, if that's being so, can't we make it a habit of every day 1 hour spending for these things? You have to think about it. Clear? Then only slowly, steadily, we get groomed into being a student and practitioner of Gita, which makes your life beautiful for you and you can inspire others. And by this time, last 429 days, what we are studying, from that it is be clear to you, Gita is nothing but the great, grand, glorious treasure of knowledge freely given to all. There's no bondage in it, there's no conditioning in it, there's no loss in it, there's nothing like charging us for something or misguiding us. Only sheer love of the Lord expressed in giving us the pure knowledge in our own interest. Okay, so put little time and start learning practice. So the eighth shloka, 9 values: amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, arjavam, acharya upasanam, shaucham, स्थैर्यम, atmavinigraha. 9 of them. In the 9 sloka, the 3 of them: indriyarteshu vairagyam, thoroughly studied; anahankara evacha, we have seen that too exhaustively. Yesterday we have spent whole day for this thing: janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi, dukkha and dosha anudarshanam. Always seeing the dosha with pratipaksha bhavana in janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, because they are nothing but givers of dukkha. With this, the detachment towards them, dispassion towards them will come. Such mind and intellect alone is capable enough of listening and understanding what Bhagavan is going to tell in the next topic, called as Gneya Vastu, the self. When it is known, everything becomes known and gained. Nothing remains to be gained to be happy or blissful. So, what are those things? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Towards them दुख है उसमें, और वो दुख ही दोष है. अनु कंटिन्यूसली दर्शनम, go on visualizing in your life, as we told yesterday elaborately, from whichever the non-positive you want to come out, see the dosha in it, which definitely it has dosha, that's why it's negative. So to any positive things you have to inculcate in you, see the guna in it for some days, then you will develop interest to inculcate in it. Like morning getting up at 4 o'clock, see the guna in it. Such a calm and quiet, fresh atmosphere. Mind also fresh after the sleep, full of energy, because that 4 hours of recouping has been done, 4 or 6 hours. Let's say 10 baje soye. So that 4 to 7, these 3 hours are so crucial. Use 1 hour of them for your adhyatmic sadhana. Use 1 hour of them for your own academics or study or profession. And use 1 hour for your beautiful exercises, soft exercises. How wonderful the remaining 22 or 21 hours will be. And if it becomes a habit, how wonderful it is. For that you have to sleep little early. For that you have to give up T10, T20, as well as the women's cricket, legendary cricket, all the international matches, and what is that? Kabaddi going on, and the forthcoming a whole national women's variety of sports. अब ये सिनेमाएं चलते ही रहते हैं, है ना? उसके लिए आधा घंटा कभी दे दो, कोई नहीं, बिकॉज़ यू आर यंगस्टर्स, बट नॉट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ होल नाइट अप टू 1 o'clock उल्लू की तरह सब देखे, और सुबह गधे की तरह सो ही गए, और दिन भर भैंस की तरह जिए। यार कभी तो ह्यूमन बीइंग बनो, इज़न्ट इट? And both things I have done. Early morning when you get up, the guna drushti we have explained to you. So to the night, late night if you sleep, you can't get up morning. Next whole day it will be very drowsy, isn't it? Better these are all dosha drishti. Therefore, जल्दी सो जाओ. 9:30 बंद लाइट 10 बजे. स्वामी जी 10 बजे शुरू होता है हमारा 2 बजे तक चलता है. These are all wrong habits. Unless you are working some BPOs where you have to deal with all the foreign things. Otherwise, no. Like that. Any other good qualities you want to inculcate. Remove the bad qualities. Anger is a bad quality. No, see the dosha in that. Frowning face, BP grows, body becomes disturbed, mind becomes disturbed with anger. People won't like it. They will, feel you are like an enemy. They are afraid in your presence. Dosha drushti. Then slowly, opposite of the anger is love, forgiveness. When you do that, your mind is at calm and peace. Others also appreciate, yeah, I did a mistake, but you have forgiven me. I really want you to be friend. Thank you. Guna drushti. Then develop it. Like Bhagavad Gita. बूढ़े लोग पढ़ेंगे उसको, यंगस्टर्स नहीं पढ़ना, मरने के टाइम पढ़ते हैं, ऐसा नहीं. ऐसा दोष दृष्टि जो एब्सोल्युटली अब्सर्ड एंड रिचेड एंड स्टूपिड है, दैट इज व्हाट बीइंग पंप्ड इन अस. देयरफॉर वी डोंट स्टडी गीता. बेवकूफ लोग जो कोई भी ऐसे करते हैं, दुष्ट राक्षस है वो. At the time of the death, Gita is put not for the fellow who died, for the ones who have yet to die. So that in that vairagya mood, when they listen to Gita, they may become spiritual and live better life. इसके लिए कभी इसका अर्थ नहीं कि सिर्फ कोई मरा तभी गीता पढ़ेंगे, या गीता का आवाज आ रहा है तो कोई मर गया उधर. See how bad the Gita's thing has been brought. Gita is a knowledge given for you to live better, live fully, live successfully outside and inside. When you know all these gunas of Gita, don't you study? अब देखो, आप पिछले 400 दिन से हम पढ़ रहे हैं डेली. व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग इट इज. So to our Hinduism, Sanatana, our temple culture, our Upasana, every one of them are to purify our faculties, to strengthen our faculties, to divinize them, to make them mutually integrated with this personality. Whether you work in your profession or your education, in your social service, in your organizations, anything, finally your spirituality, you will be successful. For that only all these things are told. But then nobody tells us in this way. We are not ready to listen. Therefore, we, the special, only the Hindus, are averted to our own these great spiritual practices. Other fellow, जितना दुष्ट है वो हिंदुइज्म को इतना करते हैं, but they practice their own things. And you stupid fellow, your other friends go for their namaskar at 1 o'clock, and you never do anything throughout the day. Like that, years you spend without going to temple or God. What is this nonsense? Weekly you must go to temple. Every day half an hour you have to spend in your puja room at home. That is your true Hindu. And 1 hour studying Shastra. Find time. Time is there. You are wasting it in so many things. So you understood Guna Drishti and Dosha Drishti? So therefore, ऊपर का श्लोक में वो बताया हमको. जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुख दोष अनुदर्शनम is a value. Expanding it, we discussed anything you want to get rid of the negative, see the dosha, pratipaksha bhavana, anything you want to inculcate, see the guna in them. Even your friend circle, good people are there, soft, sober, encouraging, educating, kind. अब इतने अच्छे गुण है, you make him that friend even if he kicks you. The other fellow, cruel, crooked, negative, gives you all wrong suggestions. कुछ भी हो जाए उसको नमस्कार करके उससे दूर हो जाना. Because all doshas in there are there in him. Yeah, you have to protect from your own mind. You have to protect from your own habits. You have to protect yourself from your own such people around you, from the situations, from the electronic media, from whatever. हर एक चीज से अपने आप को बचाते जाना. You have to be strong that way. Like the body, because the foods we eat different ones, we got that such a strong immunity. Therefore, every disease causing organism is there on the body, yet we don't get it because the immunity is strong. So to the world is full of all negative. But we have to be strong in our immunity through a study of all these shastras that none of those things should influence us. This is your life, our life. We have to beautify it. अपना घर खुद को सजाना है, अपना गाड़ी खुद को ठीक कर, अपने कपड़े खुद धोकर इस्त्री करनी, अपने थाली खुद धोकर रखना है. इस तरह अपना जिंदगी खुद को संवारना. Isn't it? If you do sawaro, others will help you. और खुद ही spoil कर लो, others will help you in spoiling. Okay, now let us do the 10th mantra, the two values. Okay, two values are very purely spiritual. They are. So let us study. क्या डरना है उसमें? सीखो. He says, asakti anabhishvangaha puttradara gruhadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. 13th and 14th values. Okay, asakti anabhishvangaha. Asakti means non-attachment. And 1000 times we told you, attachment is that feeling in us towards a thing or being from whom we expect some favor, some sukha, some pleasure, some happiness. That is called as asakti. Asakti or asakti same. Now remember, the topic we are discussing is practicing the values to purify our mind intellect so that we become qualified for the jnanam, divine jnanam, the Gneya Vastuka jnanam. Who is Paramatma, where is Paramatma, how to meditate on him, how to realize him, when you realize him, how you become liberated. ये वाला बताएंगे भगवान कृष्ण. उसको समझने के लिए जो subtlety, purity चाहिए, for that sake of that practice of these values. If you see them in this angle only, they are understood. If you don't look at them this way, then they appear to be absolutely taking away our freedom and pleasure. And then you can समझो, how can I give up my attachment to the things and beings? उसमें इतना मजा आता है. मजा आता है, मना थोड़ी, बट फंस गया ना तुम्हारा मन उसमें. Then all the time you are thinking about it only. Then the God Guru is giving such a divine knowledge of liberation, you don't take it. Like your own grandfathers and mother, father, all those who are non-spiritual and lost in the worldly things, even now at the age of 70, 80, नालायक तुम भी ऐसे बनोगे. Every day you can see your dada fighting with your mother कि ये क्यों नहीं बनाया खाना, वो सब क्यों नहीं, या ये पकौड़े बनाओ. Is it a human life at that age? Still a bhogi, शर्म नहीं आता? He never heard Geetha from your age, or heard but not understood. Therefore, he is behaving like that. And how much frustrating it to your mother and you to always cater to his eating and all of that. Many other things. He doesn't give you remote. You only want to see the TV like a hullu. And then huge sound. You can't listen. Is that the times to be spent for that? Or just in the divine thoughts of the Lord? बताओ. क्यों? क्योंकि right from the beginning he developed the asakti, even now at that age. You being youngster from now onwards only, become careful. At that age, you just have kick the everything and sit and meditate and know the God. What a great life it would be. So therefore, asakti is non-attachment. Okay, means you don't expect from them anything, any grosser happinesses, pleasures. Why? Because that expectation makes you attached to them and you become slave to them. Definitely they may give you the pleasure. All of that becomes such a strong tendencies, habits in you that you will be unfit for, unqualified for what Bhagavan is going to tell. It's just like your class, your mathematics teacher is telling some principal formula, but in your mind you have an attachment to an object in the hotel or in a canteen, or you are attached to a person there. Will you be able to listen what knowledge is giving? Like that, you all stupid youngsters stay in college for 3 years, but never gain any of the subject knowledge thoroughly because your mind is asakta to some or the other equally stupid fellow or fellow and other enjoyments, entertainments. आप देखो, when your mind is attached to this stupid nonsense, you can't even be a successful student in a school, college, or interview. How can you become spiritually grown? And what you get through that asakti? One little 1 minute, 2 minute pleasures. At the cost of the whole human life? At the cost of all great achievements? Do you want to be such an ignorant, stupid fellow? My proof? सोच लो. Therefore, asakti. And always remember, for higher gain anytime, you have to give up the lower ones. If you are holding on to lower, the higher things you will never get. The highest is wisdom, wisdom of the Lord. That everywhere He alone is there. In that experience, there is nothing other than you. There is no trouble, problem at all. This I am going to tell you. Every chapter is up topic आएंगे 6 chapter. I am not going to compromise. What God Krishna says, that only I will tell you. All व्यवहार I already told you. और इसमें व्यवहार का क्या सीखना है तुम लोगों को ऑलरेडी ट्रेनिंग मिल चुका है. फर्स्ट इज आसक्ति. सेकंड इज अनभिष्वंग. शक्ति इज अटैचमेंट, असक्ति इज नॉन अटैचमेंट. अनभिष्वंग मीन्स अभिष्वंग राहित्यम. Abhishwangana means identification. Attachment is different from identification. In attachment, I want pleasures and sukha. Identification is I become sukhi or dukhi depending on what is happening to them, to whom I am identified with. That's called Abhishwangana. Okay, like I want to ride on a bike. It is asakti. But my bike got an accident, or it has fallen down, or somebody stolen, or it is being hit by somebody or damaged. Do I become miserable or not? Yes. Why? Because I am identified with that. They are very close. Asakti hi avishwanga. Attachment, identification, very close, almost same meaning with a little dark hairline like of difference. In asakti, I want enjoyment. In avishwanga, I am identified with someone, his sukha dukkha or my sukha dukkha. That's called avishwanga. है ना? That's what. ये नहीं रहना. Anabhishwanga is non-identification. To whom we should not have attachment and non-identification. 3 Bhagavan is giving here and saying etc. 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 What are the 3? Putra, Dara, Gruha and Adi. Adi means etc. Anna, Putra, Dara, Gruha are any idiom. It is. Idiom, not idiots. An idiom to hint these 3 things. One, Putra means always those who depend on us. Because children depend on parents. Dara indicates those on whom we depend. Because the wife is the one who cooks the food and all. Only idiom it is. Direct meaning also, indicated meaning also. Gruha Adi means all those objects on which we depend on for security and comforts. इनके प्रति आसक्ति अविश्वंग नहीं होना. If you want to become your mind calm and quite beautiful and be ready for spiritual knowledge. Do you mean to say get talak with the wife or husband and give up the children? No. You be there with them. Do all the dharma. You don't get anything expected from them. Asakti chala gaya. Abhishwanga matlab kya? Your son failed. It is because your son is failed. Therefore celebrate. You don't get commit suicide. मेरा बच्चा फेल हो गया, मैं आत्महत्या कर रहा हूँ. वो बेटा खुश है. दोनों वजह से फेल भी हो गया, पैसे भी मिल गए. नालायक. That avishwangam attachment. Something happens to my dog and मुझे हो जाता है. Something happened to my friend, I suffer. अरे वो बेवकूफ था, कुछ गलत किया इसलिए हुआ उसको. जाकर तो थप्पड़ मार के सीधा कर उसको. But avishwangam, oh, they suffer. In this life, everybody brings their own prarabdha to suffer. Either is your wife or your husband or children, anybody. Help them, and nobody wants help. Everybody is arrogant nowadays. Still try to help them. If they don't want to take the help, what can you do? That is different thing. But avishwanganam nahi hona. Putra dara grahadesha. So fulfill the duties, responsibility towards them. Neither expect from them anything, there were no asakti, nor you suffer because of any nonsense happens to them. That is no abhishwanga. But take the action. Like a doctor. When a patient comes, he will treat him. But when the patient is suffering, doctor will not suffer. मेरे को हो गया रे, मेरे को हो गया रे. He is no Abhishwanga. But the same doctor, if something happens to his own son or daughter, he will suffer. So here is a called Abhishwanga there. Here नहीं है, treat कर रहा है. He is seeing the pain, but he is not miserable. He is treating. Can you understand these things? Can you imagine that this way the life can be lived? Can we try for that? Think. Can we lift our mind and intellect's understandings and convictions in this way? And based on that convinced knowledge received from Bhagavan Krishna and Gita, can we conduct in our life for the peace, for the calmness? Isn't it? Both of them. When we learn to live in minimum and that you earn by yourself, then no asakti to anyone. So too, you fulfill your duties and do the help whenever required, but don't have any extra identity with them. No abhishanga. That is to be recognized. That is the beauty, that is the maturity of life. That is required. That's why right from Gita, if you study, you would have got all this knowledge and lived life accordingly. Everyone you love, everyone you serve, every time you do your duty, but not suffering because of asakti or abhishanga. But this Gita Jnanam is not allowed to be given. No school, no college, no parent, no office, nowhere it's given. हम तो कहते हैं कि हर एक ऑफिस में हर दिन गीता प्रवचन होना है. Any of the office, half an hour must. Every school, every college. Knowledge of Gita alone saves, protects us. मैं तो कब से प्रे कर रहा हूँ अभी भी. Let Bhagavad Gita become the national text very soon. You are the national bird, national animal, national flower, national anthem and national texts. Gita. Jatiya Shastram. Bhagavad Gita. Given by our beloved Lord Krishna. It's for everyone. Again, I'm telling you that stupid one word called as secularism in the constitution, not allowing our glorious Sanatana Hindu Dharma to be taught to any one of us. You are denied of it. And it is God's grace that so many Rishi, Munis are born only in India and the avatars have come. They have given all of that. And other fellows don't have it. They should also say, in fact, if is an Islam Christian fellow, if is little common sense है, उसको कहना चाहिए अरे आपका भगवत गीता इतना बढ़िया है, इसको आप नेशनल टेक्स्ट बनाओ. देखो, they will anyway cutter, they don't do. What about you, the Hindus? Why don't you demand it? What is wrong given in this Gita? Just because it belongs to Hinduism, just because Lord Krishna gave, just because in Sanskrit, such a great knowledge you want to deny? है ना, ऑल टैबलेट्स आर नेम्ड इन इंग्लिश, देयरफॉर मैं दवाई नहीं लूंगा. अरे मरेगा तू. You know, they're all in their sin also, anacin, metacin, sin सब है वो, क्रोसिन, अरे पापी है वो. You understood? Asakti, anavishvanga. Everybody you love. We are not saying don't love. Everybody you serve. We are not saying. We तो हम कह रहे हैं करो serve. We have our responsibility, duty towards them. Do it. In these things, there's no wrong and it should be done. Like I love you. I have a duty towards you. I have a responsibility towards you to give this Gita Jnanam. What is wrong in it? There's a celebration. There's a joy. There's positive thing. But no asakti. So I don't expect anything from you. I don't need only. Zero. Therefore, you are not a misery to me. Your thought will never disturb me when I have to meditate on God. So I don't have avishwanga with you. What is avishwanga? You are not coming regularly to class. You are not learning. You are behaving as stupidly as ever from million lives. Why should I suffer? Is your behavior? You are addicted to all negative things. I'll have little sympathy and say, "अरे इस बेवकूफ को थोड़ा अकल आ जाए." That much I do. More than that, I can't become, dukhi atma that because of you. है ना? Doing mistakes and suffering because of one's own mistakes, if it is in ignorance, suffering because of other fellows is called as stupidity only. बेवकूफ़ी है वो, kick that fellow 2, 3. The aspect of compassion, etc. Or when that person is absolutely good, perfect, still some problem has happened, उसको तब compassion दिखाना, है ना? किसी को जो एक्सीडेंट हुआ, है ना? उसके प्रति कंपैशन से गो एंड टेक केयर. कोई बंदा चोरी करी, पुलिस पकड़ के इतना डंडा मार रहा है, टुवर्ड्स हिम यू शुड नॉट हैव कंपैशन. Because that fellow, if he is not treated like that, he will tomorrow loot your own money. है ना? पापियों को भी क्षमा करो. एक बार, 2 बार, not बार-बार. You know, there is one religion who say, forgive all sinners. That's why sinners are growing and all Hindu sinners get converted there. Therefore, Hinduism is becoming purified. When sinners get converted, वो सब उधर जा रहे, जाओ. All pure Hindus are remaining. क्योंकि वहाँ पाप का क्षमा होता है. यहाँ क्षमा ही नहीं, डंडा लगता है इधर. Our lords won't क्षमा करेंगे. एक बार, 2 बार they give rope. After that, शंख, चक्र, गदा, पद्म, त्रिशूल है. अरे बेवकूफ, if you allow out of, क्षमा करो, all the bacteria, fungus and virus to grow in your body, will you survive first of all? Common sense भी नहीं है उधर. It's a simple common sense. And they justify it. But the justification aspect, others don't listen. They only see the upper ones. And that's why whole week from Monday to Saturday, they're so busy in doing all papa, because Sunday they have to go and tell the God, no, hey Bhagwan, I have done so many papa, please forgive me. Bhagwan says, very good beta, thank you. अब इस बार तुमने कम किया पाप, अगले हफ्ते थोड़ा ज्यादा करके आना. And it fellow goes and destroys the pure heart of the Hindus to convert by destroying their faith. And he goes and tells their God, हमने इस बार इतना पाप किया. And that God says, बहुत अच्छा किया बेटा, और भी करो. पापी लोग. You understood? Ruthless we have to be many a times in all these things. So what we are saying here, all this extended explanation is to this point that I have love for you. I will help you. I do my duty towards you. But I neither expect anything from you, therefore no asakti. So I am not identified with you, therefore no abhishwangaha. I can't suffer because of you. Cry. And continue encouraging you and doing negative. ये लॉजिक बनता है क्या कहीं? That was the topic we explained. Okay, your putra, the children, dara, wife and husband, gruha is a house, adi means your bandhu varga, mitra varga, many other your stationary or non-stationary, mobile, immobile properties, towards all of them. They have to be used if they are required for your survival. More than that, nothing should be killed. Now you see your mind, how calm, quiet becomes. Instead of that, attached to 1,000 people, identify the million people, things, and how disturbed your mind is. With this disturbed mind, you can't do your work outside. Forget about meditating on the God. Okay, like this, the next value is there. Tomorrow we'll study that. Nityam cha samachittatvam vala. Thank you. Om asaktiranabhishvangah puttradara gruhadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishto bhavattishu. Next one, tomorrow we'll see. Now, in our Ganapati Stotram, the Shruthi is this. When we do the Ganesha Pratah Smaranam every day, blessings are like that. Shlokatrayamidam punyam. These 3 shloka wala ye Pratah Smarana Stotra jo hai, punya means punati iti punyam. It is the giver of your correct understanding, therefore remover of the all impurities. It's a cleaner, it's a purifier, it's a sanitizer. Shlokatrayamidam punyam. Sada, always if you study, Samrajya Dayakam. Outside Samrajya it will give you, then you become the monarch and king and ruler. More than that, inside of your own life you become Samrat, Chakravarti, monarch, emperor. Sada Samrajyadayakam Prataruthaya. For whom? Early morning, very early morning. Satatam Yah Patit. For the whole life, the one who does the chanting of it early morning, Prayataha, with full efforts, etc. Without compromise, without giving up, every day early morning. whoever chants these 3 mantras, because this प्रातः स्मरण तो सुबह ही करना चाहिए, तो जो करेगा जिंदगी भर, भगवान तो सीधा कहते हैं उनको साम्राज्यदायकम, he will be given the whole साम्राज्य. So that Ganapati with such a powers infinite in him, he will bless a one with साम्राज्य. अब साम्राज्य भी दे रहे हैं, तो what to talk about all small little needs of ours, requirements of ours, desires of ours, वो तो बच्चों को खिला दे देंगे, गणपति ले ले, तो तुम्हारा मेरा सुबह नाम ले रहे हैं ना, तुमको थोड़ा पैसे चाहिए 1 करोड़ ले लो, घर चाहिए बंगला ले लो, some name and fame ले लो, success okay. After all, you are remembering me. I am the Lord of the whole universe. I can give everything. For undeserving, useless fellows, I am giving you. Why not to you who are my devotee? ऐसे भगवान will bless. Okay. Now let us chant the whole thing once. Om Ata Shri Ganeshasya Pratah Smaranam. Om Pratah Smarami Gananatha Bandhum Sindura Pura Parishobhita Ganda Yugmam Uddhanda Vighna परिखण्डन चण्ड दण्डम् आखण्डलादिसुरनायक वृन्दवन्द्यम् ह प्रातर्नमामि चतुराननवन्द्यमानम् इच्छानुकूलमखिलं च वरं ददानौ तं तुन्दिलं द्विरसनाधिप यज्ञसूत्रं पुत्रं विलासचतुरं शिवयोः शिवाय प्रातर्भजाम्यभयदं खलु भक्तशोक दावानलं गणविभुं वरकुञ्जरास्यम् अज्ञानकाननविनाशन हव्यवाहम् उत्साहवर्धनमहं सुतमीश्वरस्य श्लोकत्रयमिदं पुण्यं सदा साम्राज्यदायकं प्रातरुत्थाय सततं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् इति श्रीगणेशस्य प्रातः स्मरणम्. ॐ गणपतये नमः. Tomorrow we will do Sri Surya Pratah Smaranam. 4 days it will take. Then we will chant 4 shlokas in which all the great devotees of our Shastras, they are there. छोटे छोटे श्लोक हैं, उनका नाम होगा. Or before that, if any of the other things are there, Shiva we have done, Rama we have done, Devi we can do, Surya tomorrow onwards we are going to see, then Guru Visa, Vishnu Visa, और कुछ भगवान कृष्ण का ऐसे है. Let me see somewhere if I find, वो भी हम करके, then we do this most beautiful one, Bhagavad Bhakta Pratah Smaranam. Okay, so in that way today Ganesha Pratah Smaranam is concluded by us. And we also have done Geetha, revision of the earlier values, and today one value of Asaktirana Vishwangaha Mutradhara Gurhadishu with all examples, logics we have explained. Before that, we did Shanchavesh Maheshchame, the third Anuvaka part of the Chamaka Prashna. So too, we have done our Sranavatu mantra. That way, this 1 hour of ours or 50 minutes every day is we are spending in a divine manner. Same thing with more intensity, more depth, more attentiveness, more sincerity when we do, we'll be able to do in a better manner by which the benefits are also multiplied. Thank you. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhoyat Sajjana Shantimapnuyat Shanto Muccheda Bandebhyaha Muktaschanyan Vimochet Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Mritangamaya Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Gita Matre Om Tatsat Brahmarvanamas Bol श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय, वेद व्यास भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु परंपरा की जय, सदगुरुदेव भगवान की जय, बोल गुण गण श्री सिद्धि विनायक भगवान की जय, समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय, आज के आनंद की जय, भारत माता की जय, सनातन धर्म की जय, वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय, आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. थैंक यू. Yes, see you tomorrow. Thank you.